Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, anywhere you are in the world. Welcome to Business Analysis Simplified. I am yours truly, Ola Ofime. So every Saturday, we talk about a business analysis idea, concept, or technique, and then we try to draw parallels between that idea and everyday living. And so that's what we're going to do again this morning. And I'm pulling my best friend forever and my business partner into into the show this morning. Good morning, KDO. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing amazing. It's been
Yeah,
a
you got the
battle,
memo.
but
You
I'm.
got the memo of this color color scheme here. Oh,
Mhm.
you it seemed like you're in a different place. Your
All I,
background is different.
come
Let us
on. You really think our viewers would not know that you know? Come on, they do better than that. They know. I've been traveling, and
yes,
so right now I'm in an hotel room. It's so difficult to get a place that the lighting is perfect, everything is perfect. But I guess
the lighting is
we'll do what
actually
we have to do.
beautiful. I like it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
beautiful. Mhm.
Oh yeah, thank you. How are you
Ah,
doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Aside from the snow,
Oh,
the 18 centimeter snow that dumped on
oh,
my
oh.
driveway yesterday, 2 days ago. It's
Yeah, but
crazy.
all honesty, I really don't mind well, I don't even know what I mind at this point because yesterday was cold, cold, cold. Like it was minus 35 that felt like minus 30, 47. Minus 47. I mean, I can't even complain. But anyway, we're still in it. It's not over yet. So everybody, if you are in this side of the world, please do keep warm. A friend of mine said, KDO, can we please exchange weathers? I'm like, I don't know.
I'll trade maybe for a second. Yeah, I'll
I'm
trade.
not I'm not
But
sure. I think I'll
yeah.
take the cold over the heat anyway, because for the cold you could layer on, but when you're hot, oh God help you. You can layer off to a point.
You could literally just
Oh, okay. All right, what's
yeah.
the topic for
But I'm
today?
looking
Let's
at
let's go.
so yeah, the technique, the business analysis technique we're talking about today is called personas.
All right, what?
Personas. Personas. So sorry, you're still giggling.
Yeah, I'm tearing up actually.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah.
Oh
All right.
boy.
So personas. Okay, so how organizations use personas. So in organizations, different organizations, you will have different departments, and different
Hmm.
departments will have different customers, users, or target audience. So for instance, customer service department will have a target audience, right? Develop product development, software development department will have end users, right?
Yeah.
And maybe marketing will have target audience too. And so the ideal thing is not to generalize all your users or your customers or your end users, whatever you choose to call them. The ideal thing will be to have buckets. This is
Yeah.
for lack of better explanation, to put them in different buckets so that you can then address their needs based on the buckets that you've identified for them. And
Hmm.
so what would usually happen is organizations will send out a survey to their end users, to their clients, to their customers to understand their needs and preferences. And
Hmm.
so when those surveys come back, they would then sort them out based on the responses. And then they're able to create personas, fictional characters for all these groups that they've identified. So for people that are budget conscious, they could call them the fictional character would be budget conscious Tom or something.
Betty.
For I like that. The
I like the
budget conscious
synchronization.
Betty. Right, I like that. And for those that are more luxurious, they could frame them, give them another name, and put a face to it, so that each time they look at those fictional characters and they want to apply those to serve the needs, to meet the needs of those customers, they know what they have at the back. I mean, they understand the needs,
Of
and they're
that
able to
particular set. Yeah.
tailor those services, those products to the needs of the end customers. That way they satisfy their customers across board. That's how organizations use it in a nutshell. Now I'm
Hmm.
going to hand it over to you to help us find parallels, how can we use personas in our everyday living? Can you?
I mean, yeah, I'm here. For organizations, it's almost a requirement. It's important that you're able to categorize your users that way because that's the only way you're going to serve them. But talking about our own everyday lives, it might not be, I mean, it's not going to be like luxurious, loving Laura, tight budget TT. No, it's more going to be like it's going to be like categories of saying, oh, I've got those acquaintances, I've got friends, I've got BFFs, I've got family members. Categorization. That's all we're talking about. So if, for instance, and I know that for the most part we use these words loosely, loosely, to the point that if I said, oh, Ola, this person is my friend, you're not even sure, are we talking acquaintances here, are we talking real friends, right? So, but I am one of those people that I'm really very particular about the use of terms in defining people. So if you're not my friend, because when I say you're my friend, what that really means is that I'm down to hanging out. If there's any issues, you could call me, I could call you. But how many people in our lives are really, that way to us? Classmates, acquaintances, friends, classmates, schoolmates,
Mm.
workmates, right? I mean, whatever. But we all have categories that we have to put people. Because the challenge now is if you don't put people in the right bucket, in the right categories, you're going to be offended most of the time. For instance, if somebody is your workmate, classmate, acquaintance, street, you live in the same street, your neighbors loosely though, if you are in an emergency, if you call them one, they may not pick your call, they may not return the call, they may not step up to you. I mean, so you're gonna be offended if I say, and I called her, she didn't respond. Girlfriend, you've put the right person in the wrong bucket. This person is just an acquaintance, is not your friend. If you say someone is your friend, that means one, like I said, you're willing to hang out. There is an exchange of information, there's an exchange of, you're living life, you're doing life together.
Mm.
Literally.
Yeah.
You're doing life together. And again, I like to say that if someone is a friend, like my late dad would say, there has to be at least 60% of you in that person.
Mm.
So it must be someone that sort of you're proud of their life they're living before you can say, oh yeah, this person is my friend. A lot of times people say, oh yeah. This friend, I'm like, is it really a friend? Like, oh yeah, no, we're in the same class. Oh, yeah, it's your classmate. Let's use the right word, for the right people. So that way we're not gonna be offended if things go wrong. And then you have the proper expectation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, as you're talking, what came to my
Mm-hmm.
mind was, this adage or maybe proverb, what I call golden rule, it's called. Treat people how you'd want them to treat you. When I
Okay, yeah.
sat down and I thought about that really deeply, I was like, is it really true that that's what should happen? Because it's encouraging. This golden rule, of course, is encouraging that individuals should treat others with the same kindness, with the same respect, with the same
Oh yeah.
consideration that they themselves, right, would like to receive from others. But I'm thinking that rule is based on the assumption that what one person finds respectful or kind is what the other person, I mean, is the same for everyone. But that's not
No,
true. That's not
no,
really
no.
true. It lacks individuality. And so when I did a little bit more thinking, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought, of course, Google is my friend. And I thought, you know what? What should be the proper thing? What I found was treat people the way they want to be treated,
Hmm.
because each person is an
Oh
individual. They have
yeah.
their own preferences, they have their
Mm-hmm.
own needs. And so you have to find those out and then meet those needs based on what you have identified, as against just
Yeah.
grouping everyone. Yeah.
And do you know another problem with that though, with treat people the way you want to be treated, especially in a relationship, in marriage, love languages. If my love language is quality time and my spouse's love language is gifting or service, God help me if I just hang out with him all day long, all year long, and then no service. I am happy. I am fulfilled. But what about him?
Mm.
What about him? So it's not like, oh, my presence is not enough for you. You don't want to be. Yeah, he wants to be with you, but he also wants presence. He also
Right.
wants you to be, be able to help service. So it's important that we really understand personas in our own life. Family members, BFFs. I know for sure that if it's 1 a.m., there is one person I would call apart from my immediate family, that would be Olofime, right? And I know that even if you cannot physically be there, the emotional, the mental support it's a no given,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's because over the years we have chosen to be this way to each other. Like for instance, if I wanted to release some weight, I wanted to shed some weight. Even in your friends, in the list of friends, there are some people you would not hold as accountability partner. Because every time we hang out, it's going to be, let's take some dessert, let's take some soda, let's take some, junk food. Not because they're bad people, because that's just their thing, right? So
Mm,
I need to know who am I dealing with? Who do I go to? Who's my go-to person for things? Yesterday, a fantastic young lady called me and she was saying to me, oh, Katie, oh, she's trying to put herself out there to be more friendly. And I said, if you're going to have friends, you must show yourself friendly, right? So he said, yeah, I met this person. And before, people are so intrusive. Before I said Jack, she was asking me, are you married? Are you single? Do you have children? Are you this? Are you that? I'm like, sometimes, in all honesty, Ola, sometimes this person is trying to understand who am I dealing with here. If you're married with children, she's likely not wanting to call you at 9 p.m.
absolutely.
But if you're single, that may be the best time to call you because maybe you're lonely, maybe you're going through something, maybe you need a voice, you need a
Mm,
hearing, somebody to listen to you. So I said, it's not always, I know that a lot of times, busybody, but if you're forming a relationship, people want to know who they're dealing with, just so that they too can do their own categorization,
mm,
their own persona, depicting. It's
right.
important. So in our lives, I just say that number one, for me, the number one rule is know thyself. Number two is know thy audience. If you can, if you're able to master those two things, trust me, you're going to live a fulfilling, fantastic life as far as your goals and desires are concerned. So know thyself, know thy audience. Know thy audience is persona right there. Because
Yeah.
that's what organizations are doing. They want to know who their audience is. So you're not going to offer tight budgeted or tight budget TT. They're not going to offer her, 1 week luxurious getaway. What they're going to be offering her is, which in a way it might be counter, I don't know, they could be like buy one get one free. They may be like coupons, they may be like, invite a friend and get $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
But luxurious Laura, you're not going to be telling her, oh, invite a friend and get $50. She doesn't care about those stuff. What she cares about is, oh, is there a cruise going on next week? Sign me up. This is a high-end kind of product. Sign me up. So if
Absolutely.
knows our audience, it's going to help individuals, and for sure it's helping organizations. If you don't know your customer, your client base, you're in trouble. But as
Oh,
people,
yes. And yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I
I
was going to
was
say
going
you go
to say,
ahead. Yeah.
and talking about clients and customers too, you cannot, I mean, think about it. You want to become a business analyst, for instance, because of course that's what we do. We
Yeah.
train people, right? And then you go to meet, who, for instance, did you go to meet?
A doctor, you
Right?
know.
You have to
Yeah.
find the right provider for the right for what it is that you're trying to do. I mean, to achieve,
Yeah.
right? You don't
Absolutely.
want to build a house and not get a carpenter.
And Ola, for us, it's the same thing, right? We have a 10 weeks program, which is the most popular because it fits the budget and the time frame and the way people like to chunk information for the
Absolutely.
most part. We also have a 5 weeks accelerated for the accelerated. I'm looking for a name that starts with A now. Accelerated what? Ali. Accelerated
Adam,
Adam. Accelerated.
Anita.
Alicia. Exactly. People that are like, no, I want it now. So it's part of it, understanding who your audience is. And you must understand yourself to be able to also understand your audience. We know what we do, we know what we're good at, we help people. Some of our clients, they need hand holding, some they don't. So it's just
Mhm.
understanding who's who in the jungle. Last week, that's what we said. Who's who in the jungle?
In the jungle.
That's how
I like that.
you get through the personal thing. So for individuals, it's almost a no-brainer. They do personals because that's how they succeed. That's how they meet their client needs. But for people, we fail at this.
Mm,
We fail at this. You know that uncle, if you're talking about, oh yeah, I have a dream, I want to go to the uni, he's not the one you're talking to, because uncle is going to be like, huh? Which member which member of your family went to? We don't do that in this household. We don't do that in this family. We do business. We don't go to school. And I'm like, why can't we go to school and do business?
mm,
Right?
mm,
But understanding who is who in your life. That's the
mm.
way you're going to be able to categorize people appropriately. And once you've categorized them appropriately, one, you would have less offense because you know what to expect from each group, right?
Right.
And again, you are living the smarter life because now you know who can support you in XYZ and who can support you only in ABC. Not
Mm,
because the XYZ group is bad, it's just because that's who they are.
right. Right.
That is who they are. I know some people, like, if you ever go to them that, oh, I'm thinking of this, they say, go to school. You need a master's. You've done master's. You go to them, the uncle, I'm thinking, go get a PhD. Because you've done your PhD, uncle, now go get another PhD. Because that's all they think about. Not because they're bad people. Uncle is
Mm.
just like stuck with studying, and he thinks that it's going to solve all the what's it called now? What's that thing that global warming problem? Just go to school. Everything's gonna be good and dandy,
Right.
right?
Right.
So yeah, personals, we need them in our own lives too.
Absolutely. Okay, we are running really
Yeah,
out of time, so we'll wrap this up now. Okay, so to our audience, we encourage you to incorporate the principles of personas into your everyday living, because that way you'll be recognizing the unique characteristics and the
yeah,
needs of individuals, the people that are in your life, right? The various aspects of your life, and that way, again, you're promoting empathy, you're promoting
oh yeah,
personalized interactions, right? You're contributing more to fulfilling harmonious and personal relationships and social experiences. So use
yeah,
persona any way you could pull from this meeting, I mean, from this show this morning, and
yeah,
maybe shoot us a message on how it's helping you. Okay, until next time, we are signing out and we say
yeah. Peace out.
bye.